The Casual Bark Podcast.
Welcome to Keeping It Cash with the CBC, your Casual Bark crew. I am Jason Verma alongside my good friend Shiva Gill.
Hello.
And today is going to be a special podcast because I have a surprise for my friend.
What's the surprise?
I've been keeping it secret. And here it is. Here is the reveal. This past week, I watched the first 6 Star Wars movies.
No way.
Yeah. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
No, isn't that cool?
No, that's cool, man. Like,
Yeah.
because I was hoping to see this new movie with someone, but, like, no one really caught up with it, so...
I wanted to tell you, but I'm just like, I'll just surprise Shiv on the podcast. But my one thing was, what if Shiv hasn't seen them?
What, the new movie?
Yeah, no, the first 6.
Oh, I've seen the first 6 ages ago,
Yeah.
so...
So I was like,
It's one of those things, like, it's surprising for people who haven't seen it. I'm just like, you haven't seen Star Wars yet?
yeah. Oh, well, I've seen them.
Okay, that's cool.
I've seen the first 6.
Alright, let's talk about them.
Yeah. Okay. My first question. I'm gonna assume you're a Star Wars expert.
Okay, sure.
My first question. Why did I have to watch them 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3?
Well, if you, like, you could watch them, the prequels, then the originals, but if you watch it in, like, chronologically how they were made, you would watch 4, 5, 6, because people regard those as the good ones, and 1, 2, 3 as not the so good ones, so they don't like the prequels at all. Like, there's a huge fan base that hates the prequels, but then at the same time, people that grew up watching the prequels like the prequels.
Like you?
I'm split on it. Like, I like the originals, and I also like the prequels.
Yeah.
But when you there are people that, you know, will pick apart, like, any movie people can pick apart. With the prequels, there are, like, just dialogue wise, it's very, like, crappy.
That's true. I did notice that too.
Like,
I did not like the dialogue.
Yeah,
in the
like
prequel
Hayden
movies.
Christensen, he wasn't, like, the best cast person, or he wasn't given the best direction.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in a couple other movies like
Jumper.
and he was, like, whatever, and like I haven't seen him in anything since then, really.
Yeah, I don't think he's been doing a lot of work.
Yeah, so like, you saw his, like, him acting in that, it's like he wasn't great in that either, so it's like it was just a bad acting, you know, casting choice there. So yeah. I mean,
I felt like he had a good look.
Yeah, so which order did you watch them in?
I watched him in the order that any longtime Star Wars fan watched him in.
Mm-hmm. So
4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
All right.
The order they came out.
Okay, so what did you think of, like, the difference between 4, 5, 6 and 1, 2, 3?
Okay, I just want to say, before I saw 4, 5, 6, the reason it took me so long to watch Star Wars is because I was skeptical, you know, going back to 1970, 1980, when the first 3 came out. 4, 5, 6. The original 3. When they came out, I'm just like, there's no way with the effects that I'm used to, like the special effects that I'm used to, the CGI, there's no way I'm going to be able to get into those movies because I'm just not going to believe the effects.
Right.
You know? But, okay, whatever. Star Wars, the new Star Episode 7 came out. Now it's time to catch up.
Yeah.
You know? So I watched the first 3, episodes 4, 5, 6, the original 3.
Yeah.
I was very surprised at the effects because they were pretty good.
Yeah.
I had no problem getting into the movies. They were actually really fun to watch. I think they would have been great movies to watch with friends.
Yeah.
You know, like, I probably should have called you over
and
watched them with you because they were really fun to watch.
Yeah, no, they're really good movies. Like, and that's, like, I think people think it's like, oh, it's like something from the 70s. It's like, oh, they're probably, like, have stuff on, like, strings and stuff, which they did, but at the same time, like, they could hide that stuff. Right?
Yeah, no, it was
like, a lot of it was puppetry and, like, little scale models of, like, a lot of the figures that they shot, you know, the scenes in.
Yeah, but it worked. Like,
yeah.
It worked. I was into it. I had, like, someone I watched movies in 2015.
Yeah.
And all the effects are pretty great.
Do you remember
right
in
now.
the 70s show when they actually watched the Star Wars, like when Star Wars came out in in the season?
I don't.
And then it's like everyone goes to see it, and like when they blow up the Death Star in the first one, it's like everyone's minds get blown. It's like, whoa, and then like Red actually goes and is like, what the hell are you guys watching? He actually goes and sees it, and he's like, whoa.
yeah, that's hilarious. No, but it was I was surprised, and so I watched but like I'm watching it with mentality. Like, I already know a lot of things.
Right.
Like, I already know Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's
Dude,
father.
spoilers.
No, I'm pretty sure everyone knows that Darth Vader is
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker's father. So I already know stuff. You know, I'm going in and I already know a lot of the things.
Yeah, especially if you already know anything about the prequels. It's like, it's about Anakin Skywalker. Who's Anakin Skywalker?
Yeah.
He's Luke's dad. He's going to become Darth Vader. You already
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah. So I'm just, I don't know. Like, so I watched it with that. I mean, what blew my mind was Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker.
Yeah,
that blew my mind.
Because you know him as
Yeah.
Joker,
So
right?
like, so the guy who plays who voices Joker is Luke Skywalker. Like, that blew my mind. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Because I knew Mark Hamill. Like, I knew Mark Hamill was in those movies.
Yeah,
But I didn't know he was Luke Skywalker, the main guy.
right.
You know, so that blew my mind right away. And I'm just like, oh wow, Luke Skywalker. And what did you think of Princess Leia
As a character, or
as a character?
yeah, she was whatever.
And
Like she like they made her like that kind of like badass princess kind of thing,
Yeah.
but then also like try to put in like that. Oh, she's a spoiled princess, so she expects everyone to do stuff for her, and then like later, then she becomes like the general or whatever. And
yeah. I thought she was supposed to be sexy.
right.
You know, like, I wasn't sure if like
Well, they did the slave Leia thing in like
yeah. That's why like
Yeah.
I knew this like was a scene in
Right.
the movie. So I thought when I would watch Star Wars, Princess Leia is gonna be sexy. Like
Right.
I went in with this mentality. Like, when I see Princess Leia, she's gonna be sexy.
yeah.
And I don't know if I thought she did look good.
Yeah.
And as the slave,
Yeah.
as the sex slave, she did look good. But that was the first time I thought she was sexy.
Right.
And that was in the third movie.
Yeah.
So in the first two movies, I'm just like,
Well,
this is Princess Leia.
yeah,
Like, I was a little bit
here's the funny
underwhelmed.
thing.
Yeah.
Here's the funny thing too. She's the only woman in the entire series, except for in like the third or something movie where there's another female, but that's it.
I didn't even notice.
There's no other females in the
Yeah,
movie.
I didn't notice
except
that.
for her.
Yeah, and yeah.
So
I didn't
obviously
notice.
she would be like the sex symbol for that franchise.
Yeah, true. So yeah, I was wondering, like, is she supposed to be a sex symbol?
Yeah.
You know, like, if you watch Megan Fox in any movie,
Right.
like, she's supposed to be sexy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I'm like, was it just a different time? Like, were people just, like, more covered up back then? And, like, that was sexy because...
Well, if you watch, like, if you like look at like conventions and people dressing up as Princess Leia, they've taken it to another level.
Well, yeah, because sexy means something different now.
Yeah.
You know, like, girl can't even, like, eat a banana.
No, I'm talking
anymore.
about like fat guys wearing the Leia suit.
Okay.
So.
Okay. All right, then. That's cool.
Yeah. So out of the three movies, like the original three, which one did you like the best?
That's a good question. I'm going to go with Return of the Jedi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I liked Return of the Jedi, which is the sixth one.
Yeah.
I think most people probably like the fifth one. The fifth one is the reveal, like... that's my Darth Vader
You want to
breathing.
get close to the mic
No,
and do that?
no, I can't do it. So I think people like the fifth one because that's the reveal.
Yeah.
Like, Luke, I am your father.
Yeah.
Right? But I liked Return of the Jedi. They finished it. Happy ending for Anakin.
Yeah.
You know.
Anakin.
Darth Vader.
Yeah,
Happy ending for Darth Vader. Redemption of Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Anakin.
But here's the thing too, right? With George Lucas, he went back and like edited a lot of the movies, like added scenes, like not scenes, but added like special effects to a lot of the scenes. So depending on which version you watch, and people have also like disputed like, oh, which one's the best version? Like they
Sure.
say the original film release is the best, but that never came to home video.
Oh.
And then like there was like the 97 re-release of it. That's when they did all the effects. So that the original one might be on home video, but it's like VHS or something, like hard to find now.
Yeah.
But like then they did like the 97 re-release in theaters, and that's
Okay.
when he like changed some stuff up, and then that's when it's like Han shot first. If you know like that whole thing, it's like when he's in like the first movie,
Okay.
they're in whatever that bar's name is, I forget.
Yeah. Okay. They're in a bar.
Yeah, they're in a bar, and like he meets Greedo, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, uta solo."
Yeah.
It's like, "Hey man, I got your stuff."
Yeah. Your money. Yeah.
Yeah, tell Jabba I got his stuff,
Yeah.
right? And then like in the thing, you just see his head like he's both in the original he's shot and he kills Greedo. In the sequel or in the re-release, they have him like shift his head like an inch, like digitally shift his head
Okay.
to the right a little bit, and then Greedo shoots first, and then Han shoots like a split second after him.
Sure.
And that's like George Lucas just messing around, then like that got everyone angry.
Yeah, the fan base is insane.
Yeah.
But no, the version I saw had Han Solo just shoot first.
Really?
Yeah, that's the version I saw.
You didn't see a blast come near
No.
his face?
No, Han Solo in the version I saw shot him first.
And when you saw Jabba, like, was he like a 3D kind of dude, or was he like...
He looked like a puppet.
Yeah?
I thought he would have been a puppet.
Because in the original, they were supposed to be a puppet, but they never put him in.
Okay.
And then in the re-release, they did like a puppet, not like a very crude 3D sculpture. When they did the prequels, then they added the prequel-looking Jabba into
Okay.
that version.
Yeah. So I'm not sure which Jabba I saw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that Han shot first.
Okay.
Yeah, I really liked C-3PO.
Yeah, C-3PO is cool.
In the original 3, I didn't like him as much in the prequel movies.
Well, in the prequels, like, they're just showing us, like, oh, this is where 3PO came from.
Yeah.
It's like, Anakin built him. It's like, really?
Yeah, and then later they wiped their memories.
it's
Like, oh, okay.
They retcon everything, right?
Yeah.
It's like...
But I mean, why did George Lucas make the first Star Wars movie that ever came out was called Star Wars Episode 4, you know?
No, it was called A New Hope. It was only in the real release when they called it 4.
Oh.
Yeah.
So at the time it was considered one.
It was always one. It was always 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
And then he's like, hey, I'm doing prequels. And then they're like, because the prequels came out in like 99, I think.
Okay.
So that's when it's like, when I think they did the re-release, they're like, okay, this is going to be 4 in 97. So they're like, okay, you know.
Oh, wow. That just blew my mind.
Yeah, because it was originally like Star Wars A New Hope. That's it.
Understood.
Right?
Okay, so then...
And then it became Star Wars Episode 4. And you're like, what?
All right, then. So let's want to talk the prequels
Yeah,
a little bit?
what you think was the prequels? Because you've seen, like, we've seen, like, the third one together.
Yeah, we saw the third one together when we were a lot younger.
Yeah, in high school.
I couldn't remember the third one too well because that was the only one I had ever seen, and like I just didn't remember it at all.
Yeah.
So I'm watching the prequel movies right now. Okay.
Yeah.
And I start with episode 1, right? And I'm like thinking, there's this one thing. So Natalie Portman is in it.
Yep.
And Natalie Portman, I like Natalie Portman a lot. So, but she's like, I think she's like the queen of like Naboo or something, some next world, and she has like a decoy queen.
Yeah, Keira Knightley.
Was Keira Knightley the decoy queen?
Yeah.
That's so cool. But okay, so she has Keira Knightley be the decoy queen.
Yeah.
So sometimes Natalie Portman's the queen, and sometimes Natalie Portman is on the side of Keira Knightley, who's the decoy queen.
Yeah.
But I'm watching it like, it's very obvious to me, even before, like, they reveal this at the end that, oh, there was a decoy queen. But it's very obvious to me that she's running some scam because sometimes she's the queen. I can see her face. Like, it's her. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, when she goes to, like, the Republic or whatever and she makes a request on behalf of Naboo,
right.
That was Natalie Portman, not Keira Knightley. I could see her face.
Okay.
So I didn't need the big reveal at the end. I knew there was going to be some kind of reveal at the end because it was Natalie Portman.
It's like, I am the queen.
Yeah, and like
they did that reveal when they were like down with Jar Jar Binks' people, right? Like when she was making that trade, like, hey, we need to fight for Naboo. It's like, it's like, who are you? It's like, I am the queen.
yeah, exactly. And and everyone's like surprised.
Yeah,
you know, and I'm just like, I knew she was the queen.
Yeah.
How did these Jedis who use the Force, you know, like they're like, search your feelings and you'll know the answers. Like they do stuff like that. And they don't know that she's the queen.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they couldn't tell. They were like surprised.
Oh man.
You know, I couldn't believe that they didn't know she was.
What I liked about the first movie is the pod race scene.
I did too.
Reason when like I had the N64, it came with the Star Wars Pod Racer. Which was just like that game, like it's a racing game with pod racing, right? So it's like that's all I played like for the first like couple months I had the N64. So I enjoyed that game and the first movie.
Star Wars is a franchise that like really made a lot of money.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they've made tons of money.
Yeah,
like,
just from video games to movies to merchandise,
TV shows, they've done everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, but like I liked the first one. I liked the whole like, you know, pod racing thing, like young Anakin. I didn't mind young Anakin. Like they shouldn't have done a young Anakin. They should.
My problem with it was it felt like the movie was geared for children.
Yeah, well, that's what happened. Like, and this is like the internet talking of like where George Lucas went. Like, so everyone likes the first movie. I'm talking about the fourth. Like, so
Yeah.
A New Hope.
We're gonna call them the original 3.
The original 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then but everyone loves the second movie because George Lucas didn't actually write it and direct it.
The Return of the Jedi.
I
I mean, The Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes
Yeah.
Back, right? Everyone loved that one, but
Yeah.
when it was Return of the Jedi, that's when George Lucas went back and like he was still on part
Yeah,
of like
yeah,
when
yeah.
they did Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
But like in the third one, it was like they focused more on like merchandising and toys.
Yeah.
And that's why you have those like little what were they called, like the bears?
Yeah, Ewoks.
Ewoks. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Ewoks.
I like those Ewoks. They were cute.
Yeah.
They were cute bears.
That's the only reason
Yeah.
that you had the Ewoks. Apparently, like they should have been like the Wookiee like planet.
Yeah.
They should have been on like the Wookiee planet,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
the Ewok planet.
Yeah.
But that's the only reason you had the Ewoks, so they could sell toys to kids.
I mean, it worked though. I liked the Ewoks.
Yeah.
I liked Wait, let's go back to the prequel movies.
Yeah,
Okay, so I the kid Anakin looked nothing like Hayden Christensen.
No.
You know, like the kid Anakin looked nice. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Hayden Christensen kind of looked mean.
yeah.
You know, it was kind of weird to see. What did you think of Obi-Wan? Like Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, I liked Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan.
Let me say this.
It was cool.
When I saw Star Wars Episode 1,
yeah.
well, Obi-Wan in the original 3 was awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
So he goes, you know, he's the guy who goes, "These are not the droids
Yeah.
you're looking for." Right? That's
Yeah.
a very famous line. So when I watched Episode 1,
Yeah.
which is the prequel first movie.
Yeah. Yeah, Liam Neeson.
Yeah, Liam Neeson was great.
Yeah.
I thought
Qui-Gon
Liam Neeson.
Jinn.
Yeah, I thought Liam Neeson was awesome.
Yeah.
So, but I'm watching Ewan McGregor, and they introduce him as Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
I was not pleased
Oh, yeah.
with just by looking at him,
Yeah.
you know. And then he had the voice. Not gonna lie, he had a good voice for Obi-Wan. But then when the second movie came,
Yeah, yeah.
he grew the beard,
He
had
got
the
the
hair.
beard, had like the Jedi
Yeah.
mullet.
Then he started to grow on me, and then by the end, I'm like, yeah.
Well,
he
it's
did a good
supposed to
job.
be like like Obi-Wan's like this is him as a young Padawan and
Mhm.
like he's learning, and so you got to see Obi-Wan at his beginning of his career and everything, right? So it's like you see him like lose his master, and
Yeah.
like the Darth Maul fight was insane. Like that's one thing like the first movie still has, which is like the Darth Maul fight, which was like the best like lightsaber fight I think.
Yeah,
in
and
the whole
and the
series.
double-sided lightsaber.
Yeah, the dual-edged lightsaber, which was like insane.
Yeah, so but like what I was kind of confused with, not confused, but I will say for the original 3,
Yeah,
it was cool because Darth Vader was the villain.
right,
You know, I was very surprised that there was a villain above Darth Vader.
right. The Emperor.
Yeah, like like just as someone.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. Like that also surprised people because in the first one you're just like, oh, it's Darth Vader, and then
Yeah.
the second one you're like, it's Darth Vader, and it's like, wait, there's the Emperor. It's like, what
Yeah.
the hell?
Yeah, no, they kind. I think
Someone's controlling Darth Vader? No way.
I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I was like, oh, I thought Darth Vader was the baddest of the bad, but he had it on he had his own music.
Yeah.
You know, like ba 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 ba. Like when that, I don't know if that came off awesome.
Yeah.
but when that plays in the music, when that plays in the movie, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that music. So, like, I guess that's the music for the entire Empire,
Right.
though.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I find out. Okay, so he reports to the Emperor.
Right.
That's interesting. And so, but still, Darth Vader was still the villain, right? Like in all 3 movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the new 3 movies, like the prequel 3 movies, there was a different villain in each.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Right,
Yeah,
so I think
you had Darth Maul,
yeah.
then you had Darth Sidious,
Yeah, Count Dooku.
Count Dooku.
And there's just like random guys coming in and out, dying here and there. Like in the first one, Darth Maul dies,
Yeah.
right? And then Count Dooku dies, and then Darth Sidious is the
Yeah.
Emperor.
Yeah. Yeah. And you had that robot guy. I forget his name.
Yeah, I also don't remember that robot guy's name, but screw that guy.
Yeah.
What I liked
He
about
was cool. He had 4 lightsabers.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Yeah, he did, but whatever. But I liked. You know what I liked? But I will say this too. Like there are some really epic. Like the original 3 movies.
Yeah.
Like the costumes, like the Stormtroopers, Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Those are like iconic,
Right.
right? Like I have a Boba Fett action figure,
Oh yeah.
you know, and I know this is Boba Fett.
Boba.
Yeah, Boba Fett. But when I watch the movies, he has such a small role in it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like they like he did like 2 things in the movie, and then he
Yeah.
became like this iconic like bounty hunter. And everyone's like, he's a badass,
Yeah,
which is cool.
and he died. Like he didn't even do it. He just died one day. Like he did very little and then he died.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I
He
have an
caught-
action figure
he-
of this guy.
he
Like
caught
this guy.
he caught Han Solo.
I thought he would be cooler.
Yeah,
But I guess like he built a reputation from the fan base,
right.
and then, like I get this reputation expecting something great,
Yeah.
and then he didn't do anything.
he's in like 2 scenes, and it's
yeah,
like
but in the prequel movies they show Boba Fett's
yeah.
father, Jango Fett,
Yeah.
and he was even cooler. I thought, because
Yeah,
he
like-
had better fight scenes and
Yeah,
he had a cool costume as well.
the clone army and everything. So
Yeah.
that's where like the stormtroopers came from.
Yeah, you know what I loved about the prequel movies?
What's that?
Okay, so Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman. Like in the first movie,
Yeah.
he's a kid.
Yeah.
And Natalie Portman is like a woman.
Well, she's supposed to be like what? Maybe like
15.
15 or something, and
Yeah, and
his
I guess
character's like 8.
Let's call him 8. Okay, so the age
9,
difference.
8.
What do you want to call the age difference? 6 years?
Yeah.
Let's call it 6 years. But I love that when he grows up,
Yeah.
he pursues her hard.
It's like, hello, my lady.
Yeah, like and the way he's talking to her, I loved it.
It's
It was
such a creep.
Yeah, it was hilarious though. Like I could see why fans would also hate it.
You haunt me in my dreams.
Yeah, like he would say stuff like, "You like the thought of not being with you torments my soul."
Yeah. That's what they hated about his
Yeah.
performance. It's
Yeah,
just
like-
like
But I mean, how are you supposed to deliver that line?
yeah,
Like, I'm suffering without you. Like he says stuff like that.
yeah.
And like
In the second movie, like they're all like hanging out. It's like I don't like sand. It's coarse.
yeah,
It's rough.
yeah, it's rough, and then he starts.
It gets everywhere.
Yeah, then he starts feeling her skin, which I guess is supposed to be soft.
Yeah, it's like you're soft.
Yeah. But I can see why people would hate that.
Yeah,
I loved it. I thought,
Mm-hmm.
but not because I thought it was great writing.
right.
I just loved it because I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah,
Right. And I guess I've also tried to chase older women before. So I was kind of watching it with like a perspective like I know where he's coming from, and he's chasing this woman hard, and like some older women, they don't want to date younger guys.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
stubborn that way, but he's not gonna give up.
no.
So my
He's-
advice to anyone who wants to
He's using the
chase,
force.
yeah, he's using the force
hard.
yeah, and my advice to anyone who's chasing an older woman: never give up.
You will love
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. So I thought it was so awesome to see, like, how hard he was going at
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Like he was chasing her hard,
yeah.
and he got her in the end.
He got her, and then he
So-
almost killed her,
Yeah,
and then she died.
yeah. But good for him.
yeah,
They had some good moments
yeah.
before the bad moments.
Even like when he's like turning to the dark side, like doesn't she like catch on? It's like, why is he wearing all black suddenly? Like he's gone emo on me.
Yeah.
Like legit, like he's wearing all black. It's like, oh, the Jedi can't be trusted. Like in the third movie,
Yeah.
he's like, oh, Jedi can't be trusted. But like, if they had like done the story a little bit better, but like again, like overall, if you're watching the first time, you don't really care too much about like the fandom of it. Like they're not
Yeah.
bad movies.
Yeah, no, they were enjoyable. Even the first three, the dialogue. I mean, it really depends how you look. Like, I could have like watched it with the perspective like, no, this dialogue sucks.
Yeah.
Fuck this movie.
Yeah.
But I was just in a mindset where I was just like, I'm gonna have fun with this.
Yeah, you watch Star
You know?
Wars, you enjoy it. It's
Yeah.
like I like I'm not hardcore on like it has to be a certain way because like this character was this before and this like how could they do this to this character? Overall, like I agree with like some of the internet talk of like he was a bad choice to cast and stuff like that.
Sure.
But overall, like the movie itself's fun. There's good scenes in it. Like they did more lightsaber stuff in like the prequels. They did like a lot of jumping around and like
Yeah.
the cool flips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think some like I'll say they kind of went overboard with some of the fight scenes. Like they did too many flips.
Some of the
was-
fight scenes were a little bit dragged
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, like the last one with Obi-Wan and Anakin, right? Like that took a while.
Yeah, that
'Cause
took a while.
You had that happening, then you had like the other stuff happening on the like it was skipping between the two.
Yeah, but I would say even in the original movies,
Yeah.
some of the action scenes were long, if you remember them. Like they're just like racing. Like I don't know if you remember. There's like this one scene where they're on like these scooter bikes.
Yeah,
This is in Return of the Jedi, the sixth one.
What was that, on
Episode
Endor
6.
or something like that?
On the Ewok planet on Endor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're on scooter bikes and they're just like driving forever,
Is Endor-
fighting, and they're fighting forever on Endor. And like they have like bad guys on the side. Luke Skywalker might be in the middle, and then Princess Leia, who, by the way, we haven't talked about this. Princess Leia is Luke Skywalker's twin sister. You know what? I did not expect that. That was something I didn't know.
Oh, you didn't know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I knew Darth Vader was Luke Skywalker's father.
There is another
Yeah.
Skywalker.
Yeah, but they tease it in the fifth movie,
Yeah.
right? And, like, I'm wondering, before I watch the sixth movie, I'm like, okay, there's another Skywalker? What? And I did, and even, like, I usually can, like, you know, predict. I'm usually pretty good at predicting what's coming, but I did not think Princess Leia was the other
Right.
Skywalker. So like
Yeah,
they-
see, that's good that you watch
Yeah.
4, 5, 6 first
Yeah.
instead of 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
Because then you would have
exactly.
been like, Luke, Leia. And then it's like, what the hell? Then you just see how they ended up where they were.
yeah. So they did a good job with that. That was a good reveal. Like that was a good reveal
Yeah.
that Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker were twins.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that Anakin. They showed this, I think, in Episode 1, the first prequel movie,
Right.
that Anakin didn't have a father.
Yeah.
You know,
He's supposed to be like the Jesus of Star Wars.
yeah. I'm like, all right, they went straight for it. You
Yeah.
know, like they kind of talk about the Force, like kind of like it's like an element out of the Bible too. I think.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to, like, in the original, they talk about more of like a presence kind of thing. In the prequel, they kind of explain, like, science it out and explain what the hell it is. Like, oh, midi-chlorian, and then, like, fans hate that.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, oh, because you have X amount of midi-chlorian, okay, you'll be a Jedi. It's like, no, it's like the Force is just supposed to be, you just have.
Yeah.
It's like, so it's supposed to be like the special thing.
I was a little bit underwhelmed by the Jedi Society in the prequel movies. I thought they would be a lot cooler and a lot more badass.
Yeah.
They weren't bad, but I just thought that they weren't very well. They didn't really work together well as a cohesive, functional unit.
Right.
You know, I was expecting like an epic, like, you know, like Jedis, you know, like
Yeah.
Obi-Wan, Kenobi,
Yeah,
and
well,
Yoda. I was
yeah.
expecting like a great team of fighters.
Yeah, no, like, Yoda was never really meant to be a fighter.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like,
I don't even like when he has a lightsaber.
Yeah.
He should just be using the Force all the time.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like,
just-
shake his hand and everything, what he wants to happen just
Yeah.
happens. You know, like, why is he fighting?
Yeah. But yeah, like, the originals, apparently, like, in, like, the history of it, it's like, where they are, the Jedi Council is there, like, they're more as peacekeepers rather than warriors at that point.
Yeah.
If you go back into, like, the actual lore that, you know, like, it's fan-made, but then also there's some credit to, like, okay, this is what happened in the past, like, Jedis were more of, like, a fighting force, and now they're, like, more subdued, and they're just like, alright, politics, even they don't get too much into the world politics, but they're just there as peacekeepers, and
Yeah.
to keep peace of the Force,
Yeah.
right? And they hadn't had, like, the dark side emerge in a while, so when it did, it was so, like, none of them could sense it,
Yeah.
which was, like, you would think they would have sensed it, and especially if it was, like, Palpatine.
Yeah.
That was, like, the dude, the main bad guy's like,
Yeah.
yo, that's your dude. Like, how do you not know? He's right beside you.
Yeah. I think they did kind of try to mention that they were blinded.
Yeah, they're
and
blind.
They knew something was going wrong because the Force wasn't as powerful,
Mhm.
and they were hoping Anakin would bring balance to the Force
Yeah.
or something. But yeah, it was a little
Yeah,
bit.
he was supposed to be the one that, you know, fixed the prophecy.
And he does, I guess,
He-
technically
eventually.
speaking. Yeah.
Bring a balance to the Force.
Yeah. So it was a little bit like strange, I guess, that they didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
It was. I thought it was really, like there was a scene where Samuel L. Jackson,
Yes.
with his purple lightsaber.
Yep.
This is in Episode 3, the third prequel movie. He's about to kill Palpatine,
Right.
who eventually goes on to become the Emperor. Palpatine.
Yeah.
So he's about to strike him down with his lightsaber, and Anakin stops him. Anakin like pulls out his lightsaber, cuts off Samuel L. Jackson's hand, and I'm like, that scene was a little bit weird to me. First of all, Samuel L. Jackson, if he's really a Jedi, probably shouldn't have been trying to strike the
Yeah.
Emperor. Like, he had an argument like, oh, he's too powerful and he has all that, but
Yeah.
like, still, it's not the Jedi way.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, Anakin was kind of right, not right, but like, Samuel L. Jackson was wrong, and he's supposed to be one of the highest guys in the
Yeah.
Jedi Order.
Well, he's not, like, he's just one of the, like, Jedi Masters, right? But
yeah, I mean, like, he's
at
like
the same time,
Yoda's
like-
number 2.
yeah, but he's, like, supposed to be still, like, he was like, I guess, afraid of like what it could have led to, so that's why he wanted to kill him off.
Yeah.
I recently saw this one article where like they apparently the lightsaber, like the certain colors have a reason to why they're colored that way and where you get the crystal for it.
Oh, that's cool.
Like how their lightsabers are built. Apparently, like the purple lightsaber is supposed to be like if you're a Force user and you kind of sway on good and evil,
Oh,
right? So
That's cool.
Your morality's like not there, and then
so Samuel was swaying.
yeah. So it lists like who gets it, right? But like it's just like you're not like 100% evil, you're not 100% good, but you're like more to the good side, but you're not like evil. Like with the red crystals, like they're
Evil.
They're evil, but they're synthetic. Like normally these crystals are on some planet that you're supposed to go and get them,
Okay.
and the Force chooses you to get it, and you get your crystal, build your lightsaber, and use it, right?
Yeah.
But with the Sith, like if they're on the same planet, obviously they'll have a battle to kill each other off. So the Sith make their own red crystals,
Okay.
right? So then those can be corrupted and whatever.
Yeah.
But
So what's the difference between blue and green?
blue is supposed to be like your basic Jedi warrior.
Obi-Wan.
Like, yeah, like they're highly trained in combat.
Yeah.
And then green's supposed to be you're more of a Force user than a wielder,
Ah.
but you can still use your
Yoda and Luke.
yeah.
Sure.
So like it shows like okay you're on this. Apparently there's also like a white lightsaber. There's a black lightsaber.
When do we see them?
There's a gold lightsaber. There's a yellow lightsaber. All these you see more in like I guess in books or in like
Oh.
the TV shows.
Sure.
Like they have the Star Wars Clone Wars happening TV show.
Yeah.
So in that I think you see a few people wielding different color lightsabers.
Okay, so we're kind of running out of time. But what I think we should do is we should come back after we watch episode 7
Okay.
because we both haven't seen it. We should come back and do a part 2 after we watch episode 7.
All right. Sounds good, man.
So until then,
So let's finish off. So give me your ratings on the original 3 and the prequel 3.
okay. Well, the original 3.
What's your order? How would you order them?
Oh, you want me to rank them from which
Yeah,
ones I liked?
Yeah,
best?
rank them.
Okay, so I'm gonna rank Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi
Okay.
tied for 1.
Okay.
Those are episode 5 and episode 6.
Yeah.
Then we'll go episode 4,
Mhm.
New Hope.
All right. So you're going 5, 6, 4.
Sure. 5, 6, 4.
Yeah.
And then we'll go. Maybe we'll go 2, 3, 1.
2, 3, 1.
That's what I'll do. Or 3, 2, 1. They're all
So
they're close.
So you pretty much like so you like 5.
Okay.
So but 5 and 6 you said are tied.
Here's the rating: 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's my rating.
So you just basically went like
Yeah.
not bad.
What's yours?
I would say I do like 5 better.
Yeah.
And like this, like the internet has persuaded me to like it better, so
Sure, yeah.
that's where my rating is for that. I do like 5. I like 1 after it,
Oh.
just because like I grew up like that's like technically the
Yeah.
first Star Wars movie I seen.
Oh, okay. So it has a special place. In
yeah,
your
so
heart.
the pod racing, Darth Maul, all that stuff, right?
Yeah, Darth Maul.
Story wise, whatever, but
Sure.
it's a good movie.
Yeah.
So 5-1, 6-4,
3, 2.
3-2.
Okay.
So that's me.
All right. We're not gonna repeat those, but but awesome ratings.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I'm excited to see the new one.
Yeah. Yeah, me too, man. Now we can watch it together.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna do,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna come back with a part 2
Yeah.
and talk about the Force Awakens.
Yeah. That will be spoiler filled.
Yeah,
I'm assuming if you haven't seen the new one, but
Yeah. So until then,
yeah.
this is the CBC signing off,
All right.
and may the Force be with you
Okay.
always.